Hey guys, good morning everybody. We're gonna do the recap today. I had a really bad day. I had a really heavy loss on NVDA. So 2 days ago, I shorted NVDA like here, back in like 3 days ago, I shorted NVDA puts at 460, and I saw there's no way in 2 days we're gonna get to 260, and in 2 days we actually that went up to 480. So it did really squeeze up on me, and I wasn't really for collecting only 40 cents per contract. So it just yesterday popped up and I said okay, it's not gonna do that, and then the day before popped up, I should have really covered it with a very small loss, and then in the afternoon it just rallied like crazy yesterday, and that just really had a very bad loss. So see, even yesterday was kind of okay. It was trading at 447. I was at 460 and I said it's okay, and then at 1 o'clock it just started running up like at closed up at exactly at 460. So it was very disappointing, and today even went up to 480. I knew it's really extended on a daily chart, but it's just at the open I didn't really cover it and say okay, maybe we get a pullback. At the open it shows some weakness. When long NVDA got stopped out, and I said okay, it's not gonna go up, and then after that it just exploded in half an hour all the way up to 480. And right at this top, I actually covered it at a very heavy loss, a $10,000 loss on this account. And this is a small account. It's an after-tax account too, so that's like a 10% loss in my account. That was a very bad loss on it. So I kind of fucked up here, unfortunately. It's just, and this is the problem that you have in selling calls or puts. Your risk is unlimited, and your reward is very limited to amount of premium that you're connecting. So this was just essentially like I lost all the profit that I had this year from this account. That was a very bad moment, and that's the sad part about it. As soon as you're covering it, it's just now it's going down. I wouldn't be surprised if it closes below 460 today, and those calls would have been probably profitable by the end of today. I wouldn't be surprised, but I covered them right at its top, and just turned out to be a really bad day. At the open, I tried to go long and short on it, so I got stopped out on it on the long side, and yeah, so I tried to go long here, popped up, and I got stopped out a couple of times. So that was a really bad loss. AMD was much better trade than me, and we actually had a really nice trading on AMD. So it's kind of a sympathy move on it. So what we had on AMD, so I think these semiconductors are all moving just because they think that this crypto is back. So what we had on AMD this morning, I'm gonna bring the screenshot that we took. So AMD, I saw the huge ask at 120 and 121, and then at 956 I went long for the break of 120. You see there's 214 lots in our car, and we broke through that, and again at a few seconds later you see there's a huge ask here. This huge ask is very bullish, and it's just we broke boom through that, and then the asks were just stacking up, going all the way up to 121. That was the reason that I took this trade to the long side. So that was really nice. And then we took the same as Amazon too. At the open we traded Amazon for the break of 135. So you see a huge ask here. Here's my epic pen. Yeah, so where is the pen? Should be, it's here. So yeah, so as you see here, there was a huge ask stacking up here, so that's usually a very bullish sign. The liquidity is up there, and the price pops up toward the liquidity. So a few seconds after that, you see here there's still there, and then boom, 30 cents popped up, as you see here. Just look at the time, 9:34.5, 9:34.12. 7 seconds later, just boom, exploded. So yeah, so that was the trade, and then AMD. I took the trade on the AMD short. So you know, it was like some sort of a double top. I shorted all the way down toward this moving average on a 5-minute chart. I was hoping to get to this moving average, covered some, and then came back a little bit, and I added more. A little bit tricky to mention exactly what the trade was here. So this was the first trade, and then I shorted again here. So what he did, I shorted here, covered some. On this pullback I added more, and I got stopped out. So that was the first trade, and then I shorted back again after this drop, covered some, added more, and covered all at mostly at the VWAP, and I got stopped out. Now there's a huge ask here. Let's see at 121.10. So this is probably gonna break up 121.10. Oh, there you go. So he did. See the volume came in. That was the volume that you saw in the big ask. And yeah, that is pretty much what we had, unfortunately. So Brian and I shorted some NVDA at 480 calls as well. So 480 seems like a high of the day for at least maybe high of this week. So we shorted some NVDA calls. Unless there is some news or something comes out, I don't see NVDA really pop back up to 480. It looks like it's on a 5-minute chart has lost its steam. So I mean, we're getting into the afternoon. Usually the volatility goes down unless there's a news coming out. Like I think one of the reasons that moved NVIDIA yesterday was the crypto, the Ripple SEC rule that is not a security. So I mean, Ripple trading is going to go up. So there may be one of those trends. Unless there's a crazy news, maybe NVIDIA stays just below the VWAP trades between 460 to 470, 480. So we're going to stay short on those calls. Yeah, so that was my trading day, unfortunately. So it ended up like a loss, but you know, yeah, it was just a bunch of commissions. Yeah, definitely not a good trading day for me. Brian, how was your trading?
It was okay. Like did a few VWAP trades on top of some of the ones you talked about. So Carvana I was watching right around 10 o'clock. It pulled back to the it was pretty strong right up till about 10, and then it kind of leveled off, and then it did a big pullback and went right down to the VWAP. So I took it long for the bounce off the VWAP. So I got a nice move on Carvana on that one. And I know Paris traded JPM, and I did a bit of a 920 trade on that one, where it came up and went through the 9, and then I shorted it, and then it got to the 20, which I got into my short too early, but it did hit the 20, so I added to my position. I got a nice drop on it. So, and JPM actually went red on the day, which is kind of surprising.
Yeah, it is surprising. You had the earnings, JP Morgan, this morning, and it was gapping up 2-3%, and then it just lost it all completely. So the earnings season has started, and banks usually start. Go to the trading terminal calendar, you can see all the earnings are coming. IWM is selling off, and mostly there's a lot of regional small banks out there, maybe because of the, you know, from the earning of the big banks today, you could see that you know, the money is flowing from small banks to the big banks, and that's not good for small banks. That's why IWM just constantly was selling off. Even their Qs were very strong today. It seems that nothing is really strong except this semiconductor and AI sector.
Yeah. All right.
All right, so yeah, that's it. So I'm gonna. So as I mentioned, we have this 485 and 480 calls on NVIDIA that we're short. So we're doing pretty good if the days continue going lower. And I'm short Tesla 280 calls from yesterday as well. Again, the problem with this kind of trading is that, guys, how much premium I'm collecting. I'm collecting only 77 cents for 10 contracts. That's a maximum $770 profit that I can have here. But if you don't manage the risk like I didn't do today, you can have a $10,000 loss on that account. So your profit is very limited, but your risk can be significantly higher. Like this one, NVIDIA 480 calls, I sold 10 contracts at 148. So my maximum profit is 1,480. So, but my risk, this can be significantly, because unlimited. If it goes against and just continue, NVDA goes up to 500, and you know you're screwed. The way to do it is either you get a stopped out, have a stopped out on the daily level, see if this passes through that, or what you can do is actually you can buy some calls, so you can do a bullet spread on this. So if this one loses money, the other one makes money, so you essentially cap your losses. But Ardi has a really good course on that, and we're going to publish it on it's free on Udemy and Trading Terminal Academy for this kind of thing. So what you can do is you can actually cap your things. I should have done that, but I'm a little bit beginner in trade options and a little bit arrogant. And usually when you get burned on the days that are like that, you know, you get the days that you think that, you know, the NVDA, there is impossible that NVDA moves 15% in 2 days, and that's the days usually you get blow up your account, because it does happen, and it did happen. It doesn't happen all the time, but you just need one time that extraordinary event happens, and then you blow up your account. And the funny part is NVDA is now selling off. I wouldn't be surprised if NVDA closes below 460. It means that if I were keeping on those calls, I would have been made money. Alright guys, have a good day, and I hope you had a better Friday than me, and we'll see, you know, but you know, that's life. You live life like that. Ciao.